Hey, it's Darlene. Welcome to my channel. This is round 3 of making cards of stuff that is just on my desk. So hopefully you're a subscriber of mine and you've already seen round 1 and round 2. If not, please check the playlist. I'll also try to put a link in the information below. But basically, I'm making cards just out of scraps that have been on my desk. I did gather them and put them in a container, but they are busting out at the seams. It is getting lower because I can't remember exactly how many cards I made the first round. I want to say 8 or 9, 9 on the second, and this one I made 8. So basically what I did is I grabbed all my pink scraps and I'm cutting out 1 by 3-inch strips of 5 different colors of pink. And then I'm going to put them on a base of 3 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's going to go in the middle of a regular A2 card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And so obviously, because these are 1 inch and the height is 5 1/2, there's going to be a little bit of gap, which is fine. That is kind of what I'm looking for. So after I cut out that base piece, I'm laying out the colors. I thought kind of an ombre effect, so lighter to darker. I don't know if I actually achieved that because some of the colors are so similar, but it works. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere those down using some liquid adhesive. Now that little zebra print was something that I had done on my Cricut. I did a first birthday, actually a second birthday layout for my granddaughter, and I had a whole bunch of these little, I'm going to call them medallions, left over, and you'll see later what I did with some of the other ones. But again, I'm using pink on pink on pink. One, because, who doesn't love pink? And also because I'm thinking this will be like a baby birthday card or something like that. So those circles were also part of the scraps that were on my desk. A lot of times when I cut out a circle into something, well, that leaves the negative or positive, I don't even know which is which, of the circles. So I have those in a bag as well. So I was really glad to find a pink gingham one because I love gingham, especially when it comes to baby stuff. So again, I just adhered those with my liquid adhesive. I'm cutting off a area of the circle so that it's flat against the side because it will be on one of the edges of these straight pieces, which you'll see me do in a minute. So as I'm doing this, or I'm putting this all together, it's pretty straightforward, not a whole lot going on. The one thing that I did decide is I'm over here and I'm picking out the card base, which is white, and then I remembered I had these. Now this is cheating a little bit because these embellishments are not on my desk, but I've been working on a wedding album for my nephew, and this was part of the kind of stash that I have with that. I don't like to usually be very bulky on my projects. One, in the scrapbooks, because I just think it lays weird. So I thought this is perfect for this card because I'm adding some tulle and sparkle with this little piece. Again, just adhered it directly onto the circle or half circle, whatever you want to call that, circle-ish shape. And then I'm going to adhere it right to the edge of that pink paper that I put on top of another light pink base, and then again on a white card base. So when I'm doing this as well, I'm thinking, okay, I think this is so super cute. Unfortunately, the glitter does get everywhere, but you know how that goes with glitter. They don't make that little saying for nothing. But it is really cute. Now, the thing that I realize is that zebra medallion is not really sticking very securely on there, so that's why I grabbed some of those 3-dimensional foam adhesive, and that just kind of helps flatten it a little bit. But I just love that it's so super cute. But the thing is I noticed that zebra is a little wonky. I had some extra ones, and like I said, I'm using stash. Normally I would say, it's fine, it's not that wonky, but since I had an extra one, I put another one on top of it. Now this one is more even with the bottom of the edge. Not that anybody would have noticed, right? Did you even notice? Anyhow, so that's card number 1 once I'm done. And I hope you do like this series. Again, this is round 3. I don't think I'm going to do a round 4, even though I still have some scraps, believe it or not. But we'll get to that later. So that was card 1. This is card 2. Now, I mentioned in a different video that I bought from Scrappy Boy Stamps. And this set is Lucille ball and Ethel stamp set. Absolutely loved it, and I'm like just loving it. So that focal image is not part of my scraps, but everything else is. That floral piece that I'm using, I it's a double-sided. I want to say it's blue, or excuse me, red polka dot in the back, which I love too, but I thought the floral worked out better. And then I just started grabbing some of the scraps. So that green, I decided to tear the edges. I want to say it's about an inch wide, and these are cut. So that base was cut 4 by 5 1/4. So I got a 1/4 inch border around the card base, and so this green one was cut about 1 inch by 5 1/4. And then, like I said, I just tore the edges. I had some vellum also on my in the scrap bin, so I'm trying to use product. I just adhered those red strips to the side, and that's just to add another little bit of color. This is a lot of red because her hair is red. Her outfit's kind of a little orangey, but the flowers are red, so it just looks really pretty. I just kind of eyeballed the center of this paper, and then I'm going to adhere it, but then also the vellum. I believe I tear that in half because I just felt like it was too wide, but you'll see the final product. Oh, actually, I think I end up using this one because I like the way it's like wavy. Sorry, you do the voiceover after. I legit just made these cards, but you know what? You asked me what I had for dinner yesterday. I couldn't even tell you. But so then again, I'm just using liquid adhesive, adhering everything down. And I like to use liquid adhesive because you do get a little bit of a wiggle room. So when you place it down on your base, you don't like it, or it's a little crooked, you have a couple of seconds to kind of move it around, and that always helps. Even though I know most of my projects aren't straight, but I like to at least pretend like I'm going to put it down straight. Now, also in my that sounds like trouble. Count me in. I just love that. But so I also have ribbons. I have these flowers. I mean, I got stuff that were all over my desk. Like I said, I do have them organized now. I do have them in containers, but I don't want those containers to be on my desk all the time. I mean, the one thing about redoing the scrap room, or our command center is the name of my craft room, is we really kept thinking, no, we need to be more organized. We need to put things away, all those things that you tell yourself, and you don't always do it. I know, but believe me, I'm saying it aloud and I'm laughing. So I decided to tie a ribbon on there. And what I like to do when I go all the way around is I like to tug it really tight, so even the edges of the card kind of bow up a little bit, because once you release your finger from that kind of knot area, it always kind of loosens. So if you do it extra tight, like I said, just a little bit of bowing on that, the card itself. And then when I tied it, even though, like I said, it releases, it's still a really tight a bow. And so I really want to incorporate the flower. And those flowers also have like swirlies, which you can see above the card. I don't end up using any of those. I think because I put that ribbon there, or that bow there, it doesn't need it. I'm going to put the sentiment on the front of the card. So I'm kind of just figuring out where I'm putting that, and you'll see that in a minute before I end this card. But before I forget, I just wanted to mention I do post at least 2 videos a week. One is always scrapbooking, and the second is whatever it is I'm creating in the command center, which is the name of my craft room and also the name of my blog. And a lot of times that ends up being cards because I'm using scraps up. But I also do Cricut projects. I do mixed media projects because I have a junk journal. I also do like canvases. I've been really into charcuterie, so I even did a charcuterie one. Basically, I love crafting. I love doing anything creative, and so if I think about it, I'll film it, and if I film it, I'll put it on my channel. So if you're interested in anything in particular, please leave me a comment. Let me know, because I've probably made it already or planning on doing it as well. But like I said, I hope you do like this video. And if you do, make sure you hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much. Now, with vellum, you have to be careful on where you put the adhesive because it'll show through. But the nice thing about this vellum is it has like a frosty look, which you can tell. I mean, I think all vellum does, but this is like extra frosty, if that makes sense. But I did put adhesive where I knew that Lucy was going. I put adhesive where I knew the flower was going. And then I just kind of put like a little dot on the edges. So, because otherwise they're just going to be flopping. So you do need to put adhesive where it's needed. It's just always nice to cover it. I believe I put a couple of rhinestones as well. And so wherever I put those rhinestones, I put just like a little bit of dotted glue underneath them. So you add just wherever you can put glue, the best. You don't want, like I said, flopping around. But look at that. Like I said, so funny. Sounds like trouble. Count me in. I just think that's a really cute card, especially if you just want to send a note card to a friend, or you can always put your birthday sentiment in the inside. But isn't that so cute? Again, using scraps from my pile of random things that were on my desk, including these rhinestones. You know how that is. You just clean off your desk, or you think you're cleaning off your desk, but mostly you're just pushing it over to the side. And that's exactly where I'm getting most of these products. So that's card number 2. I hope you like that one. And now for card number 3. This one I'm making a fend fold. So basically I scored it in the middle, folded it in half, and then I just folded it in half again. So almost like an M or a W, but super simple, nothing really fancy. Again, these are blues that were in my scrap pile, and a lot of them were already in strips. So I went ahead and cut those down. So each of the little area, it's like 2 1/8. 2 1/8 by 5 1/2. So I cut these at 5 1/4 by a little bit less than 2 inches. And believe me, I'm going to throw away the scraps. But those tools were from a different project, and so I put them on this little tag that I had in that, also in my scrap bin, and then just continued to add papers where needed. In the inside, I added a twine bow up on the top. And again, like I mentioned before, when tying ribbon, I like to really make sure it's tight. So the entire card is bowed a little bit while I'm making that first knot. And then once I make that first knot, because it kind of loosens a little bit when you let go of it, if that makes sense, because usually your finger's holding it, it sits nicer and it's still very tight. So putting adhesive on only half of that, because of course if you put it on the whole thing, that would close the card. But here's the card. Like I said, it's super easy. I do hope you like this. I am going to put sentiment on it, and you'll see the final product in just a second. I'm going to go through all 8 cards, again, using scraps on my desk. So if you're one of those people who don't like to use scraps, I'm telling you, you can use them and make super cute cards. Just think outside your box and you can do it. Again, I hope if you like this, please give me a thumbs up, and I would appreciate it. Thank you so much again for watching. In just a second, I'm going to show you all the cards. So card 1, you saw me make that. I added a little sentiment. There's card 2. And here it is, World's Best Grandpa. I love that. So cute. And then this one's another one of those animals. This one was just paper, and then I stamped a sentiment. These, again, were all in my scrap pile for different projects. You saw one similar, and there's more of those animals. Isn't that cute? I hope you do like it. Again, thumbs up, subscribe, and comment if you want any questions answered. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.